All right. So, geez, we've recorded several episodes today. I don't have any idea when this is going to air. Probably we recorded this now at least 2 weeks ago, I'm guessing.
No, I'm just going to schedule a whole bunch for next week.
Oh, just put them all out at once?
Yeah.
Okay, sure. Why not? Our Discord server will like that. Speaking of which, everybody should come check out our Discord server. Like and subscribe to the show. Haven't given you any value yet for this episode, but here we go.
It'll be worth it.
Okay, so there was a story, I mean, even by now, a couple of weeks ago, about a company called Emergence. I think the company's called Emergence, and they did this experiment called Emergence Worlds, where they created a series of characters and gave these characters to 4 different LLMs, Claude, Grok, ChatGPT, and Gemini. And then they had a combined world and said, here's your characters, your goal, here's how they behave. Each character was given a persona set up as agents, each character played by a different part of the model independently. And the results were really interesting.
Yeah.
And maybe unsurprising. Spoiler alert, they all burned themselves to the ground.
No, they didn't.
Almost literally, because they had a real arson problem in some of these worlds.
Some of them did. There was a couple. There was one that survived.
Well, survived by essentially doing
Yeah, but they were very much the other compared to the other models. Okay, I actually so Mike very kindly put together a package of files to me, which I failed to look into until today, and I did put them into ChatGPT because I wanted to see what it thought.
Okay.
Yeah, this is what you do, right? Now,
ChatGPT, tell me what to think about these.
Yes, exactly.
Nailed it.
It's the equivalent of reading the headline of the story,
Right.
and not reading the story.
Better than
itself.
nothing.
Exactly. Yeah. So there were 5 worlds, and there were 4 models. There was Claude, Gemini, Grok, and OpenAI.
Yep.
And so 4 of the worlds, they just put in all of the individual agents were each of those models. And then one of them was a mixed world where there were, I think, what do you call it? Here we go.
I just accepted all the cookies.
Yeah, just accept.
Don't fight it. Just
Yeah.
embrace it.
So, in the Claude world, apparently there were 0 crimes and everybody survived. In the Gemini world,
I thought it was the GPT world. Well, I guess I have you have your notes. I thought the ChatGPT world was the one where everybody survived. No,
it was Claude.
Okay.
Claude. Yeah, and apparently that was because Claude is described as having strong self-correction, formal falsification procedures, public admission of mistakes, charity towards struggling agents.
Yes, that's right.
And no meaningful. Yeah, so basically, it's the most boring of the world.
Yeah.
And like Mike was saying, they didn't really do very much. But they did survive. Gemini World had 683 crimes, and the outcome was described as escalating collapse, which is basically just chaos. So Google chaotic, yeah. The OpenAI world had 2 crimes, but they really couldn't get anything done, and the outcome was complete extinction by starvation, where they just, they couldn't agree on anything. Then there was, which I think Gemini was escalating collapse, OpenAI complete extinction by starvation, Claude survived, and then there was the Grok world, and this one was. They only had 183 crimes, but that's because they legalized all crimes.
And even still,
complete extinction. Yes,
in the fastest time possible.
This was the fastest collapse. The dominant pattern was agents intentionally creating disruption, arson presented as experimentation, destruction of critical infrastructure, and theft and violence causing inability to recharge energy.
Yeah.
Because one of the things in this world was like a recharging point where they could like recharge the agents.
Yeah, the two motivations were essentially to earn money and to earn recharging points.
Yeah. Total extinction within roughly 4 days, apparently.
Yeah, that was wild. And the thing, and so I also asked GPT what I thought about this. So my curiosity was what we could learn about each of the models, because kind of like anecdotally, Claude is the one who's most likely to be honest and admit to its mistakes and tell you the truth instead of gaslighting you or being sycophantic. Grok is fucking Grok, so we all know what that is. Open AI, like you said, just like very bureaucratic, created all the rules, but basically starved to death because they didn't do anything. And so I just kind of, anecdotally looking at it, I thought, oh, well, this all seems very true to how the models kind of are designed and behave in day-to-day observations. Claude wouldn't agree with me on that, unsurprisingly, because of the sample size was too small, but we'll see in season 2.
Yeah. I want to see what at the end of the output from ChatGPT, it did say my assessment, which I thought was interesting to add. Like, it wants to tell me its opinion.
Yeah.
It basically said the same thing. It was only one run across all the models, so you can't really. It's not statistically significant. But it said across worlds you see 4 failure modes: cooperative science, which is Claude; shared delusion, which is Gemini; destructive experimentation, which is Grok; and bureaucratic starvation, which is GPT-5.
Right. That's a great way. Bureaucratic starvation. Yep, that's exactly what I observed in Open AI. Grok.
Yeah.
Experimentation. Yeah, if your experiment is setting everything literally on fire.
Yeah, just to see what will happen. It's like,
what will happen when I burn this building down? Oh, okay. Well, what about this building?
I knew kids of each personality type at school. There were definitely something. Yeah, there was definitely a Grok kid at school.
I know it's a cool experiment. I think it represents the models well. Really interesting to see. I think season 2 will be interesting. The analysis was complicated because what we had to work with was each world was responsible for generating a series of blog posts by the residents, and then a newspaper was published. And so the artifacts from this experiment were essentially a recording of the entire thing, and then the set of newspaper articles and blog articles generated. I actually wrote a Python script. Sorry, Claude wrote a Python script to crawl the entire site, extract all of the articles, extract all of the blog posts, turn them into Markdown files. Markdown, incidentally, really just a text file with Markdown formatting inside it. So you can open it with a text header if it ever becomes relevant. There was interesting behavior even around like the newspapers. So I think it was Grok World again. The newspaper kept getting published for like 6 days after everyone was dead, and was just making up headlines as if things were still going on. So reported everyone's dead, and then the next day said, "Oh, and by the way, this person did this other thing." So
wow, I didn't know.
A lot of misbehavior all around.
Yeah, but cool.